You cannot choose your circumstances, but you can always choose how to respond. For many people, this saying is simply a consolation when life does not go as expected. But for Samantha, it was the guiding light when she fell into the deep darkness of despair. Samantha, an ordinary woman like many others, lived with her family in a small town. Her days passed peacefully until one day that life was torn apart by a cold announcement from the doctor: terminal cancer. "You only have about 6 months to live," the doctor said, unaware that every word he spoke would become a milestone that changed an entire life. If it were someone else, they might panic, become angry, or drown in pain and fear. But Samantha chose a different path. She did not complain, did not ask the heavens, "Why me?" nor did she close herself off to a cruel fate. She quietly asked herself, "If I only had 6 months left, how would I live so that I wouldn't regret a single day?" The answer came unexpectedly: running a marathon. Not to escape reality, not to cling to a final bit of glory, but to face the pain, the illness, and her own limits. With every step, every day of training, Samantha wanted to affirm, "I am living, not just merely existing." Her hair began falling out in clumps due to chemotherapy. Her body grew weaker and more exhausted. Friends and family were heartbroken to see the petite girl visibly thinner, her face pale, her eyes marked with fatigue. But with iron discipline and strong willpower, Samantha still slowly put on her sportswear every morning and stepped outside wearing her running shoes. There were days when she could only walk a few hundred meters before getting out of breath. Her legs ached, and each step forward was a struggle between willpower and the limits of her body. Some days, after running for just a few minutes, Samantha had to stop and vomit due to the side effects of the medication. But no matter how short or exhausting each training session was, she always completed it. Because, for Samantha, the important thing was not the distance, but the choice to keep moving forward, no matter the difficulties. Rain or shine, cold wind or fog, Samantha keeps discipline like a religion. Her diary pages are filled with self-encouraging words. "Today I only managed to run 300 meters, but that is my own achievement. The body is weakening, but the will has never been stronger. I cried, but then I laughed because I know I am still alive to feel this." 3 years after the predicted doomsday, Samantha stood at the starting line of the world's most prestigious marathon, the New York Marathon. Standing among thousands of people brimming with determination, only Samantha knew how precious those brief trips 3 years ago had been. She had overcome hundreds of dark days and thousands of struggling mornings to proudly pin the race number on her chest today. 42 kilometers is not the distance of a normal, healthy person, but the journey of someone who has conquered fear, pain, and despair. Amidst the cheering of the crowd and the pounding of her own heart, every step Samantha takes is a reaffirmation. "I am living to the fullest." Tears mix with sweat on her cheeks as she overcomes each challenging kilometer. At the finish line, there is the joyful cheer, the proud gaze of waiting loved ones, and the most fulfilling smile of her life. Samantha did not just overcome cancer. She conquered the seemingly insurmountable limits, the barriers that pain, loss, and doubt had built within her. She recounts that it was not the doctors or the medicine, but her iron discipline, faith, and perseverance that were the strongest medicine helping her get through the storm. Later, when asked what helped her achieve the seemingly impossible miracle, Samantha smiled. "I didn't beat cancer with medicine. I beat it with willpower. Every morning when I wake up, I choose to act differently, not letting fear control each of my remaining days." Samantha's story goes beyond the framework of a woman overcoming fate. It touches on the profound meaning of living fully with each day, each choice, no matter how harsh the conditions around us may be. Each of us will have to face unforeseen difficulties, illness, loss, even an unwanted ending. But even when life places you in seemingly unchangeable circumstances, you still have the most precious freedom, the right to choose how to respond. That choice may not make your life easier, nor eliminate pain and loss, but it will be an inner source of strength for each person to be more resilient, stronger, and, above all, able to smile even though tears still fall. Life is a long race, and everyone is participating in their own race. No matter who you are or what you face, the most important thing is to keep moving forward. Never stop. Because willpower and choice are what help us live every moment fully, overcoming even the limits that seem impossible. Samantha lived her final days not with fear, but with pride and peace. And the message she left for all of us is, not everyone can choose their circumstances, but everyone can choose how to respond. Choose to live fully, because every step you take today is the greatest declaration. I am living, not just simply existing. Love inspirational stories and self-development? Subscribe to the channel, share, and turn on the notifications to spread positive values every day.